What we're doing today. Steve Slater, hardcore life coach. To get started, I had something prepared, something written out, all nice and pretty, but I'm gonna go off the cuff here. Steve Slater, former Marine, CB. I have an MBA, Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. Been all around the world, seen all kinds of things. Been successful, six figures, wonderful life, car, house, dream, everything. And then if you flip the coin over, hardcore alcoholic, addict, depression, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, ADD, and any other numbers you can string together. Hell, I got that too. My goal here, hardcore life coach, is to take all the things that I've learned through book knowledge, experience, failing, getting back up, succeeding, railroading it and sabotaging it and failing again, getting back up. Right now, I'm a crisis counselor helping people with co-occurring disorders, that's substance abuse and mental health issues. And the purpose of this entire podcast was several purposes. The main purpose, the mission statement, is I want to bring the message to a bigger audience, to help more people feel better about myself at night and know that I did something good for humanity other than raise hell and show my ass, which we're going to talk about that too. So, to get it all started, I'm going to tell you a little story and then go over why I told this story, and hopefully you'll glean a few things that'll help. I'm going to call this episode Finding the Light. There was once, not too long ago, when you're a hero, successful Marine, entrepreneur, businessman, graduate student, found himself at a rehab center. The rehab wasn't going so well. It's my 20 something if I've literally lost track of how many damn rehabs I've been to. I'm sure that the rehab people and the authorities keep a record somewhere, but I just hadn't got around to getting it. Things weren't going well, so I demanded to be released. Now, this is the second time I was at the rehab within a short period of time. I originally went there doing the rehab thing, trying to get better, trying to keep my job. Lost it, by the way. I remember standing in chow hall, talking, having a good time. And then I closed my eyes, and then I woke up. I had somewhere between 6 and 8 IVs in my body. I had truck tie downs, them big ass yellow ones, and mitts on my hands because apparently I get a little rowdy when you pump medicine into me, an addict, and it don't agree with me, and I get a little hostile. I come to find out I've been in a coma for the past 9 days, in the hospital for 16 days. So we go through that. They release me, and I demand I want to go back to the rehab center. I go back there, doesn't work out the way I planned it to. Rehab center says, okay, cool, here's what we're going to do for you. And so they walked me outside into the parking lot, came back a few minutes later, handed me a trash bag full of all the belongings I brought with me. And then that one in one hand, in the other hand, I had my walker and my cane because I had to relearn how to walk and talk due to the effects of extreme withdrawals that got me into the hospital in the first place. Beats death, huh? More about that later. It's a rainy night. in Eastern Woodland, Maryland, and my phone doesn't work, so I can't call anybody. No transport being offered because when you go AMA, that's against medical advice, you leave the facility before your 30, 60 days up, then you get no transport. So they kindly walked me off the property and said, good luck. I'm like, good luck. The hell are you talking about? The phone doesn't work. I'm in the middle of nowhere out in the woods, pitch black, raining, no shelter, nothing, all dark around me. Nothing but darkness outside, nothing but darkness inside. Another failed into rehab. But it was a blessing because when you're in total darkness, it's easy to find a light. You out in the middle of the desert and it's pitch black. But the great thing about it is you can light a single candle a mile, 2 miles, 5 miles away. And no matter how far you go out to a certain distance, you can still see that light. So I'm out there, pitch black, phone doesn't work, no communications, nothing. I'm looking around, wondering what to do, going back to survival training. And so I look for signs of life. I see it, and, a couple of rabbits, some squirrels, some odd looking creature that apparently wanted some food that was stuffed in my bag. Off in the distance, I don't know how far. Hell, I'm on so many drugs from rehab, I barely know my own damn name. I see a little glimmer of light. So, due to a severe lack of options, I walk towards that light. Light's not getting any bigger. I'm walking, an hour passes, I'm walking, nothing. Phone still doesn't work, nothing. Still got no option. I keep walking, drenched in rain. I can barely walk. I would take about 30 steps, have to rest. Sat down on a bench that I found from some shut down construction site. I was immediately told I wasn't welcome. Kept walking. After a while, and several times me giving up, I just keep on walking. Sometimes when it's rainy and dark, you just get tired of being wet and dark. So I'm carrying my, let's say, 50-pound, 70-pound bag, trash bag of my belongings that I once cherished back in my sober years. And I got my walker, my cane in my other hand, along the side of the road. I say road, it was an attempt at a road at some point. And eventually I get to the light. I get to the light, and it's a fast food joint. My phone still isn't working. I'm pretty sure it's broken from the rain. So I get inside, I sit down, buy myself a hamburger. And then all of a sudden, my phone starts working at the same time when a nice young gentleman there allowed me to use his phone to call and get a ride. Made it out of there by the skin of my teeth. The point of the story is me in active addiction, when I had light all around me, when I had good things all around me, when I had hope and positivity all around me, that light overshadowed the light that I needed to see. Instead of that light way off in the distance that I needed to be going to, I kept looking around at the light of another day at work. It's a Friday, let's have some drinks. Let's go out. It wasn't until I was shrouded in darkness with no one and nothing around me till I could clearly see that light. And that's what saved my life. Not the light, the darkness. So you may be in a period in your life right now, pure darkness. And I know it's tough. Nobody's around, no communication. It's raining, it's dark. Squirrels are trying to eat your ass. That can be a blessing. That negative can be turned into a positive. Because only then, when I saw that light and knew now I'm free of any other disturbing lights. I'm free of any distractions. I can finally focus on what I need to do to get myself right, addiction wise, mental health wise, and life wise. It sucked doing it, but I loved every minute of it. So if you're out there and you're in total darkness right now, especially if it's so dark and so rainy you will give up, there's a light somewhere. You gotta look for it. You gotta look damn hard. Sometimes it's so dark you just gotta walk in a single direction and commit. You can't walk one way, go left and right and walk another way. No, walk in one direction and keep on going until you find a light. And no matter what happens, the cars drive by, splashing mud all over you, your legs not working, buckling, getting kicked out of every place where you try to sit down for a damn minute. Focus on that light. Because in my case, it was only until I had that one single light that everything became clear in the midst of the darkness. So, one of the main goals I want to do in this podcast is let's recognize the darkness and let's find that light. Because just like when I got underneath that light, things started working better than it did in the darkness. It happened physically, it happened psychologically, it happened emotionally. So, there's always going to be light. And the absence of light is darkness. When I had lost all my jobs, lost my security clearance, lost all my friends, lost all my family, lost everything for the nth time, I also lost all those distracting lights. I lost all the red lights, green, yellow, all the fancy, all the noises, all the things meant to gain my attention. I was able to focus on what I needed to focus on. And that was getting to that light because I knew that if I didn't get to that light in time, 30 something degree weather in Maryland in the rain is not a good survival tactic. So I had to go to that light or die. Lots of experiences from that journey, from the many journeys I've been on. And I want to give all that to you. I want to take my education, alcohol, drug, trainee, crisis counselor, mentor, Cub Scout leader, Marine, Stevie, corrections officer, and just all around general punk ass thinks he knows it all. And if you can get something out of this podcast and the ones that come after it, that's my goal. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, something to ponder over. We're going to cover a lot of things. We're going to get detailed. We're going to do it hardcore because that's the only thing I know. Hmm? But we're also going to have a hell of a lot of fun. Watch this. See? Huh? We're having fun now. And I hope that you watch this all the way through, watch more, watch the people I interview, learn stuff, have a good time. And the next time you walk out the door, you're going to say, you know what, life? It's time I whoop your ass. Thank you. We'll see you again soon.